Hey guys, my name's Blu-Ray Nate. I'm really excited to be back here for another video with you guys, especially because this is a video that I wanted to do long before I even thought of having a YouTube channel, just to show off something that I think is really cool. And it's also a video that I wasn't sure was ever going to happen because the subject of the video is in this banker's box, and when I was moving about a year ago, I thought I might have lost it, might have thrown it away or buried it so deep I would never find it. But I had to kind of quickly move again a couple of months ago, and in the process I uncovered the box, which was really exciting, and it's taken everything in me to not open it up and dig through it, because that's what I wanted to do for this video. It is a big box of VHS tapes, and I'm really excited about this box in particular because I know that it's going to have some kind of off-the-wall stuff. So some backstory: my mom's uncle owned a chain of local video stores, I think 4 or 5 stores, and all of my aunts and uncles worked there through high school and in college. My mom worked there too, and they all amassed very big VHS tape collections from, surplus tapes that they would purchase from the store. And my uncle in particular got really big into cult cinema while he was there, and would purchase, all sorts of tapes for his collection. And over time, whenever he would upgrade, a tape to DVD, he would get rid of it, which, happened pretty quickly with most of the really common stuff. And this was his very last box. So that alone tells me that there's going to be some pretty off-the-wall stuff in here, just because I'm guessing if this was the very last stuff to be upgraded, it was either stuff that wasn't released on DVD, stuff that was out of print or very hard to find or expensive. Now, I have opened this box, so I've been able to see, a few titles that are the ones that have the title on top of the paper slipcase, but there's a lot in here that I have no idea what to expect, so I'm really excited to dig into this box with you guys, and I guess there's no better way to start than for me to just start digging in. So right on the top, we have one of my favorite movies, Ken Russell's film of the Devils, and I really love this old Warner Brothers VHS style packaging. I could have any film done in this style and think it would just look incredibly cool. Now, I'm gonna guess that this isn't like the uncut version, because I don't think that one's ever been commercially available. I'm guessing this is going to be the kind of widely circulated cut. Well, widely circulated. I don't think it has an official DVD or Blu-ray release, at least in the States. I know there's a British DVD release from BFI. Next, okay, this is one that I'm not familiar with, but it looks really cool. Some sort of Ultraman-style kaiju movie, maybe? Inframan? Got a sweet looking cover, and these creatures on the back look really cool. The Bionic Adventure is what it says. So this one looks really cool. It's a little bit beat, but there's nothing wrong with that. It is labeled, it has the children's sticker in the corner, if you can see that. So, and it's rated PG, so it might be a little more family friendly of a thing, kind of Power Rangers-esque, which would be cool. Alright, so that's funny. A couple of Disney tapes, Fun and Fancy Free, just the regular old Disney clamshell, and one of my favorite Disney movies, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So these hopefully will be the kind of least rare of the whole bunch. Disney tapes are a dime a dozen. In all the VHS collecting groups, it's kind of funny to see. You'll see a lot of people that are really kind of just misinformed, and they'll come in there trying to sell their Disney tapes for hundreds or thousands of dollars, thinking they're worth a ton, but there's so many of them out there. there are very few Disney tapes that are actually worth the money. All right. A classic, Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space. I love this cover from Rhino Home Video, so kind of a rinky-dink, not a studio release or anything. I'm guessing this is the black and white version. Yeah, black and white. I don't think it was colorized until the DVD release. And, oh, another film that is super underrated that's one of my favorites. William Peter Blatty's The Ninth Configuration. I think this was, the first film he directed. I don't remember if this came before or after The Exorcist 3, but this is a really terrific movie. And I think the DVD and Blu-ray are out of print, but I could be mistaken on that. I don't know what's in the box, so I hope I don't give you guys too much like misinformation. I'm just going to shoot from the hip information that I think I know. If it's wrong, please correct me in the comments. I apologize. Okay, this one is really cool, but it's a bummer that the case has been cut to fit into the clamshell. But Argento's Tenebrae, very cool release. With one like this, I think there's both an Italian and an English version. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing this is the English version. Tenebrae was released as Unsane in the US, cut by more than 10 minutes. This is the rarely seen uncut, uncensored version. But it doesn't mention Italian, so I'm sure it's the English version. Oh, and a Fulci, Demonia. I have not seen this one, but I love religious horror films, and I mean religious films in general. And like evil nun movies are always really cool, which is what this looks like. Released by Shriek Show, another one of those kind of early home video labels that obviously isn't, I don't think, around anymore. We've got another Ed Wood movie, Glenn or Glenda, with Bela Lugosi. Very cool. Haven't seen this one. I think the only Ed Wood movie that I've seen is Plan 9 from Outer Space. All right, Bullet in the Head from John Woo. And this one has a lot of, like, is it Cantonese? Oh, Cantonese and Mandarin, it says for language, but a lot of foreign language writing on it. So I don't know if this was like an international release, because it has both English and the foreign language on it, but that's really cool, by Taisang Video Marketing. Well, that's a really cool release. Yeah, even on the spine, it doesn't have the English version at all. Here's another cool one that has unfortunately also been cut, it looks like, the case. The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. I haven't seen this one, but I've heard really good things about it. The most controversial film of the decade is what it says on here. Has the little NC-17 sticker on the bottom from the video store, so that's really cool. All right, Vincent Price, Theater of Blood. I think it's theater, it's cut off on the end there. Vincent Price is priceless. I haven't seen this one, but I generally love anything Vincent Price. All right, one last in this first column. And we have The Gates of Hell. Is this a Lucio Fulci? The poster looks like a Lucio Fulci movie. Yes, Lucio Fulci. That's a really cool one. One that I have not seen. I watched a bunch of Fulci movies last year, but I didn't get to this one. Even though the screenshots on the back look familiar. This one looks really fun. Oh, very cool, and it's even in one of these protective cases. We have Herzog's Aguirre, The Wrath of God. I watched this one a couple of years ago, but it's just like a free on YouTube version that's in pretty low quality. Well, I'm sure it looks better than the tape anyway, but I'm not sure if there is like a good Blu-ray release or DVD release on this one. I haven't ever checked, but it's a really good movie. This one, the cover looks almost like it's just printed out on construction paper, so I have no idea. And it's also not a title that I'm familiar with at all. Otto Preminger presents It Takes Two to Skidoo. If you know anything about these that I don't know about, let me know in the comments. It's got just a wall of text on the back, and it looks like this was printed out in like a school or something on construction paper. Let's take a look at the tape. Yeah, it's just a blank tape. So it must have just been recorded. I don't know if it's my uncle that did that or somebody else, but they went to the work to at least make a cover for it. I respect that. Oh, very nice. We have The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. I hope Part 1 is in here. Would be nice to have both of those. Here's another one that looks like it's just printed off on construction paper. One that I'm also not familiar with, but the picture on the front here is really cool. Let's see, Shanks is the name of it. William Castle production. I don't know if you can see that graphic on there, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, just a black and white still on the back. It looks pretty goofy on the red paper. Once again, the spine. And another blank tape. This one has Shanks written on the spine of the tape. Ah, here we go. The Decline of Western Civilization, Part 1. I'm gonna have to watch these. Those are rad. I think I've seen just the first one. I do not believe I've seen Part 2. Another Argento movie, Deep Red in widescreen here. And let's see. It's got actually a lot of bonus features on it too. 25th anniversary featurette, an Italian trailer, US trailer, so that's really cool. Portions of the English soundtrack were either never recorded or lost, therefore those scenes are presented in Italian with English subtitles. There we go. Now I own this one on Blu-ray from Arrow. I'll have to see if they have those like lost English bits or not on there, because I haven't watched it yet. So I'm not too sure on that. Got David Cronenberg's Dead Ringers. Oh, no way. It's one of those cool like gatefold tapes. That's really cool. Back of that one. Haven't seen this one. I don't think I've seen a single David Cronenberg movie, actually looking back on it, which is awful. I have like The Fly and Crash and oh, I have seen Shivers. I've seen Shivers, the Vestron, but that's the only one I've seen. I really need to get on that watching some more. All right, another Argento with the giant uncut, uncensored sticker on the front. Phenomena. And this is another one that has a bunch of bonus features on it from Anchor Bay. They also did the Deep Red, so this is a really good release, it looks like. Last one in the second column. There's three like columns, rows of movies in here. Russ Meyer's Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Written by Roger Ebert, fun fact. Beyond bizarre, beyond outrageous, beyond any film you've ever seen. Haven't seen this one. I think it has a Criterion Collection release on Blu-ray. Hey, speaking of Cronenberg and The Fly, here's the original The Fly with Vincent Price, also in one of these plastic protective covers. I don't know what the orange sticker means on there. This one also looks like it might have come from somewhere different. It's got a different sticker on the top of it there. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, it came from the Bookshelf, which was a local bookstore here in my city years ago. Oh, right on. The 25th anniversary edition, John Waters' Pink Flamingos. This is one that I know is on a lot of people's lists to be released by Criterion. I'm not sure if it has a Blu-ray release or not. I can't recall. But that's really cool. Oh, it has a commentary track by John Waters. That's really interesting. Yeah, you don't see that all that often on VHS tapes. All right, Walkabout from Nicholas Roeg. This one I think is Australian. I always confuse this movie and there's that other Australian film that was like lost media for a lot of years that I can't remember the name of now. So if somebody can help me, or if I remember it while I'm editing or find it, I'll put it in a bubble like next to my head or something here. Okay, this is a interesting cover. Bay of Blood. Very interesting cover. Let's see. I've not heard of this one, I don't think. Oh, it's a Mario Bava movie. Man, they're really trying to market this to look like a 90s horror movie or something. The film that inspired some of the most famous slasher flicks of the 70s and 80s, including Friday the 13th. So yeah, they're definitely trying to make this seem, I think, much more modern than it is. It was put out by Scimitar. Interesting. That's kind of funny. All the Mario Bava movies, like from Kino Lorber, have such cool hand-drawn posters, and then they just stick this on the cover. Terror Flows Deep. That's disappointing. This one, it looks like it's still sealed. Oh no, the bottom's been cut out, but it still has, looks like factory shrink. It might have a gatefold. I'm going to open this one to see. If I can get it. Yeah, it does have a gatefold. This is Spider Baby. I'm not familiar with this, but it looks really cool just based on like the stills here. Lon Chaney Jr.'s in it. All right, it's got another gatefold one here. Spider Baby is a movie that genuinely deserves its cult status. So, yeah, never heard of this one. Apparently it's a cult classic. Another Anchor Bay release with a bunch of bonus features. I'll have to check this one out. Again, if anybody knows anything about it or any of the other movies, comment and tell me. Getting down to just a few left here. Terry Gilliam's Brazil. Another film that has an awesome Criterion release. I love the cover art on this one. The Black Cat from Universal Horror Classics. Oh, Bela Lugosi and Basil Rathbone. Very nice. I have not seen this one. I do love all the old Universal horror movies. Basically anything from 30s through the 50s from them is just great. Copyright 1941, right on. Oh, another John Woo film. This one has some like Microsoft Word art on the front that I think is trying to make it look like a, I don't know, like an American action movie. That's interesting. Heroes Shed No Tears. I don't know anything about this one, so maybe it is an American action movie. Oh no, Chinese with English subtitles. A couple of John Woo movies in here. Very nice. We're down to one more. Okay, great one to end it on. Another John Woo film, The Killer. An absolute classic. I've seen this one. I think it's the only John Woo film. No, I've seen Hard Target with Van Damme. but this is the only other one of his that I've seen. Fox Lorber, and it has like the Kino Lorber font, so maybe that was kind of Kino Lorber before Kino Lorber. I don't know anything about that. That's interesting. But that might be kind of an early Kino Lorber release. Well, I mean, this box was even better than what I imagined. You know, I had seen the ones in the paper sleeves, and so I kind of had an idea what to expect, and I'm really pleased that there were no duds in there. I mean, there were the Disney ones, but even those are not your really common ones. They weren't like Aladdin and Snow White, stuff that's just kind of everywhere, and I'm really pleased. Most of the stuff in here, all but like just a handful, are films that I haven't seen yet, so I'll probably try and watch a bunch of these. A few of them, I'm not aware of any like Blu-ray or DVD releases either. I could just not be aware of them and they might exist, but overall, I'm really, really pleased with the box, and this was really fun. I'd like to do something like this again, just opening it up on camera, not really knowing what to expect, and I hope you guys liked it too. If you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them down below. I'm going to try and upload some more stuff on a little bit more regular basis. As always, you can follow me on Instagram at Blu-Ray Nate, and I really appreciate you guys watching the video. I'll see y'all next time.